To my channel, Sparkle and Glue. So glad to have you here today. So I'm working on a Cascading Pockets Flip Folio. There are a lot of measurements, but it's really fun. So if you're ready to, you want to be up for a little challenge, I think it's a really fun folio, and there's so many tuck spots and places to put things. I did this one very colorful, but the one we're going to do together, I'm just going to do it in plain white cardstock because, first of all, if you do use patterns, make sure they don't have a direction, or at least until you get used to making this, because everything turns and but anyway, let me show it to you. So the first set of pockets we're going to be doing are angled pockets, and there's 3 of them. And the way we're going to measure them and do them, you're going to get a really nice angle that matches up for all of them, which is, I think, pretty hard to do, but figured out a way that is obtainable. The next thing is these little flip pockets, and this one I just added cardstock in. So there's 4 of them, and they all attach to each other. I put them just kind of so it made, I guess, in the middle. So I put each one in the middle of the other. But you can put them all down at the bottom or however you want to do that, but I did mine this way. The other thing I did is I notched out a hole through both the front and the back. I don't recommend that, up to you, but my 2 reasons why is it's harder to get anything back in. When you have the back, it's easier to slide it in, and I'm sure that's the reason for the notch. And secondly, because the pockets are different sizes, when you try to notch in the middle of each one, they don't line up. Now that's just a preference for you. I don't know. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do the notches or not, but certainly not double notches. All right, so that's our flip pockets. And then our back pockets, which at the end, it's the easiest part of the whole thing because, well, these, they're just straight. And it's just, and I added this little guy here after I just had a strip of paper left over and I glued it on, but that's not in the cutting guide, and so you're just going to have, and then if you want to add another pocket, certainly can. And then I just decorated a little bit. I used with this Bright Blooms from DCWV paper, and this is something that was inside the package as a card. And but if you use, colored or patterned cardstock, you don't have to. If you decide you want to keep with the white or a solid color and you want to decorate, all I did is on this, I went 1/4 inch smaller than the size. So this, our folio is 7 by 5. So when I cut this, I cut 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, and then it just gives you a tiny little border around it if that's something you are looking for. So anyway, all right, and then I just made some tags out of cardstock and some booklets, and so again, there's so many different ways you can go with this, but let's go ahead and get started. You do need a ruler and a pencil. Scoring board, cutting board. The scoring board, maybe, I think you do, but some people don't use one, and that's fine. I don't know how you would do it without cutting, but everybody has a different way and that they're happy with. So here's our cutting guide. I will have this as well, where you can get it from the Ko-Fi shop for free. Or you could take a screenshot of it and use it that way, whatever makes you happy. But I will download an image of this. And okay, so let's just start. The base is 10 1/4 by 7. So I'm just going to grab And I'm using, I think it's 80-pound cardstock. It's just white. I'll link the package below that I use. I like it. It seems to score and cut well. So let's go ahead and just do 10 1/4 by 7. And then I'm going to bring over our scoring board. And I'm using a little bone folder to score. I change up what I use all the time, but I've been liking this so far. So we're going to score on the 10 1/4 side, and you're going to score at 5 and 5 1/4. And the reason why is we're making a little gusset in here because there's so many pockets that you just need a little, I thought, a little bit of room. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold on one score line and see if I can get it to fold on the other. It's kind of hard to fold it when the gusset is so little, but, and the cardstock's a little thicker. There we go. Okay, so now we made our little gusset, and this is our base, okay? And I'm just going to put that to the side. And the next is we're going to work on these angle pockets. And these I have the most trouble with, and I always have, and I think maybe I have a formula now, so I'm pretty happy. So what's happening is, and I'm going to, the 4 3/4 is your size of however, so our page is 5. So I'm doing it at 4 3/4 so it doesn't interfere with our gussets. But the other part of it is, as long they all have to be the exact same width. Your height is what makes your pockets the taller ones and then the shorter. So that's why we're doing 6, 5, and 4. So let's start with 4 3/4. And I'm just going to line this up. And the first one is 6. So go ahead and bring it up to your 6. And then, let's see, 4 3/4. And we're going to do this by 5. And this is why with the pattern paper it's a little hard. And this one, 4 3/4 by 4. Nope, it doesn't make it. So, and I probably could have got it all out of that one sheet, but 4 3/4, and let's do this by 4. Okay. So what you have are your 3 pockets. And you want to make sure they're lined up together so they're all on the 4 3/4 side. See, so they'll all fit like this. Okay, now here's where our measuring comes in. You want to keep them aligned because they start it, you'll see when you're doing it, you'll cut on the wrong side because it all looks the same. So go to the very top, you're going down to 2, and just make a line so you can see it. And I'm just keeping mine together. And the top of the next one, and go to 2. And then the top of the next one, and go to 2. Okay, so we've made a line at 2 inches down on each. You want your pockets to line up against is the top corner you're going to start at, and then go down to your cut line. And I think that that's where I was making mistakes. So put your top corner, because that's what we want in this case, up, pointing away from you, and you're going to line it up with your little mark, and you're going to try to get it on, you know, as good as you can. Hold down so it doesn't move, and then the larger piece is your pocket. and get rid of this. And do the same thing. So if it helps, you could put a little tick mark up at the top corner so you know which corner to use. But again, so the top left corner, and it's going to be away from you. And then you're going to line it up with your 2-inch mark. And the larger piece is your pocket. And again, top corner away from you. And you can see how the angle is changing as we do it. This is a bigger pocket. And line it up the best you can. And go ahead and cut. All right, and so now you have 3 pockets that are really, I mean, I'm not going to say perfect because they're not perfect, but at least they have the same angle and pretty much the same distance between each other. So I just thought that was a way to do it. And then we're just going to glue those right in here. So let's do that while we have, so we don't get all our pieces mixed up. So I'm using my 3-in-1 Beacon Advanced Glue, which I'm loving. And I am just going to glue, start with your biggest pocket first. And then I'm going to glue just the outside, and you know what, I'm going to glue the 3 sides. You can do either way. On the last one I didn't glue the interior, and it's okay, but I think it just feels a little more stable this way, so I'm doing all 3 sides, bottom and 2 sides, and I am lining this up with the bottom of the folio and the side. And press down so you get a decent seal. And go ahead and take your next one and do the same thing. So you are putting glue on all 3 sides. And just line it up. And press down, and your 3rd pocket. And same thing. Okay. And line it up, and press down. And if you want to really push down and make sure everything, there you go. All right, so we have our 3 angled pockets. Okay, let's put this to the side. The next we're going to do are our little flip pockets, which were these. And there's 4 of them. So let's go ahead and get started. So these are going down in increments of 1. So 10 by 6, 9 by 5, 8 by 4, 7 by 3. All right, so let's just cut them all. So the first one's going to be 10 by 6. Okay, and I'm just going to put that there. And the next one's going to be 9 by 5. And you do have quite a bit of leftover pieces, but maybe we could figure something out to do with them. And then 8 by 4. And 7 by 3. Okay. All right, I'm going to just move the cutting guide away for a minute. and bring our scoring board back. Okay, so now what we're going to be doing is we are scoring on the long side of each, and we're scoring at a half on all. So all you're going to do is line up, so the first one, that's 10, and go ahead and score at a half. And the next, so all of them are exactly the same in this way. Long side and 1/2. And 1/2. And 1/2. And the 1/2 inch that we did is that's how your flap is going to attach. So go ahead and fold that down. And then what you're going to do is take your pocket in right up to the score line, not over it, just like right up to it, and go ahead and crease down. And we're going to be gluing the pocket down, but let's do all of them. So fold your score line, bring your page in right up to it, and go ahead and press down. 2 more, same exact thing. Now when you have pattern paper, you have to decide what, not now because it doesn't really matter. You can certainly, but until it's glued, you can just turn it whichever way you want. And I haven't really decided which way the tab has to be. I don't know if it has to be a certain way, really, because it folds both ways, so it's really maybe more just a preference. But okay, so we have our 4 pockets, and they're all going to glue exactly the same. Now, I don't know if we want to do tabs or not. I'm not right now, but, you know, something we can definitely... Okay, put your tab on the right-hand side and go ahead and just place glue on the corner, the outside, bottom corner, and top, and press down. And then what happens is it glues it here and here, and now you have, well, after it dries, a little pocket. Okay? And same thing. So, and the reason I'm turning it is just so I remember where to glue. So I'm putting my tab on the right and gluing. And I notice, for me at least, when I'm doing multiple items like this, keeping it all the same is easier. And it's because it is easy to glue on the wrong corner. I mean, so then just go ahead and press down, and you have your next pocket. Same thing, turn to the right, place glue on, there you go, press down. That's something else with this glue. When it gets all over everything, it dries up and you can't even see it. So that's something else I'm really liking. I mean, I guess it's there, don't misunderstand me, but it just seems to not show up as much on the paper as some other glues I've been using. So let's that there, and it dries fast. It's not wrinkling my paper. So for now, that's my new favorite. All right, so we have our 4 pockets, and now you just have to decide what you want to do. The only important part is that the opening is up front at top, right? You just want to make sure they're facing up when you glue them. Okay, so they're all up, and let's bring our folio back and decide what we want to do. So you're gonna only glue up to the gusset. So you see you have 2 score lines, You don't want it to cross over. So you're going to glue it right up to it. And then, like I said, you can decide how you want to stagger these pockets. I don't know, I'm going to put this one in the middle, and then maybe just line the other ones up to the bottom. I don't know. And I'm just putting some glue on the tab and making sure your pocket is facing up and lining it up. And then just go ahead and press down. So white paper gets everything on it. Okay, so that's one. And honestly, I mean, you could do these where they're hidden if you prefer. This definitely a lot of options with this. And all right, let's try it all the way down at the bottom. And the next one. All the way down at the bottom. And same thing. Okay. And now you have 4 really cute flips that are pockets. You can decorate each piece separate, different things, sayings. I don't know. I'm excited to see what you guys do with this. I hope that you make it and share some photos, because I think that we could get really creative with this, and maybe sharing some of your ideas gives other people an idea. It certainly does for me. So, all right. All our corner pockets are here, our 4 flips, and now we're doing our straight pockets, which, like I said, seems easy now compared to the others, at least for me. So I'm putting this over to the side. And our straight pockets are all 4 3/4, and then they're going to go down 4, 3, 2. And if you want to do a 1, feel free. So let's see if this, so 4 3/4. And I'm going to do this at 4. And this one is 4 3/4, and it's a little short of 3. That's, yeah, you know what, let's do it right while we're make sure it comes out, but I'm sure it would have been fine. 4 3/4, and we'll do it the correct way. 3, and this one, just trying to use up some of the scraps. 4 3/4, and this one is at 2. And like I said, if you want to do 1 at 1, go ahead. Up to you, but we can. And then you have 4 pockets there. And I did on the other one, I rounded the tops of these with the corners, but that's up to you if you want a straight or rounded, but I like the rounded, so let's go ahead and, if you guys don't mind, I just think it looks pretty, and I'm just doing the top ones. The top corners is what I mean, not the bottom. And our last one, remember this one isn't on the cutting guide, so I just added it. And then for the glue, just the same as our other pockets, it's 3, and then I think I'm going to start these right where this is. And I don't know if that matters or makes a difference, maybe not, but what did I do with this one? This one, yeah, I went all the way down, so maybe all the way down, up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what? Let's go all the way down there. Line it up with the bottom. I think that that's better. Okay, and now the next one, you're gonna line up with the bottom, and then just keep going. You have 2 more or 1 more depending on what you followed. And you know, you can make a bigger one. So if you want, do a 5 to be taller. So this is really where whatever you're looking for in this case. Okay, so I'm putting my last little pocket down. And let's go ahead and push down. And I got glue everywhere. All right, we did it. We did it, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and just look at what we have, and I'll just grab a tag so we can see our pockets. So we have 3 angled pockets here. We have our little pockets, or fold, that's the little pocket, and then they get bigger, and there's 4 of them, and they're really their own little individual pages as well to decorate. And you can put little pockets on top of these pages if you want. And then the back, we have, in this case, we have the 4. Well, I guess I didn't put glue. Glue on the bottom too, or it didn't stick. All right, anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I'd love to see you make it, and what you decided to do with it. Put your little sparkle on it. Anyway, again, the cutting guide is in a link below and for free, so that's for you guys. And anyway, thanks for stopping by my channel. So glad to see you guys today, and I hope you have a great one. Keep sparkling.